this session today. You may be used to seeing Cesar Rivas, but unfortunately, due to a family emergency, he won't be able to make it this time. So, because of that, if you happen to have any questions about pricing, I think it would be best to contact him via his email, which is caesar.r@soundpayments.com. And I'll have some more means of contact in a slide coming up. He'll be able to get right back to you as soon as possible and help you come to a solution for any of your needs. However, I'm more than happy to help with any of our software related questions and look forward to helping everyone learn a little bit more about Sound POS. With that out of the way, I would like to kind of officially start this presentation. So thank you again for joining. I'm Spencer Cardy. I work in the quality assurance here at Sound Payments, and today we're going to do the monthly merchant training. All right, so on to the next slide here. Um, all right, so a couple of housekeeping items here. The purpose of this session is for you to learn how to operate the POS and also the web portal. It's not so much to configure your POS, even though there's going to be some configuration contents. We won't be going really deep into that. It's mostly going to be operating how to use the POS and so on. And then also all the functions that we have and so forth. If you have any questions, please write them in the Q&A section and I'll respond to all the questions, of course, at the end of the session. Normally, the session can run around 90 minutes, maybe a little bit over an hour. Um, I guess it's even gone up to 2 hours before. Normally, there's a break at the 1 hour mark, and we'll take a small break, I think about 10 minutes, so that we can stretch our legs and everything. Additionally, this session, like every past session, is recorded and going to be on our YouTube channel that we have. It's called Sound Payments. I'd really encourage you to take a look since there's a lot of material on there that I think could that you could find very beneficial. Both short form videos and longer things like this. What's nice about them is that some of the videos they only focus on specific features. All right, and next one here. Okay. Plus, there's something else that I wanted to share with y'all. So, of course, you got 24/7 tech support, which is available to you on the phone or via email. You've also got the phone number right there, the 888 area code number. You also have these training sessions that we're doing right now, and something a little bit newer is the SoundPause user guide that's found inside the SoundPause app. We're also going to include the SoundPause user guide and the Seamless Commerce user guide on the web portal. Um, I think it's much easier to kind of navigate on a computer, so I would recommend going there for the user guides in the future when it becomes available. It's going to be included in the next major release, which should happen around the end of this month. If you want a more personalized option, then you can get individual training. I think Rivas will be the one helping you, and if that's something that may interest you, again, you can contact him, reach out to his email at caesar.r@soundpayments.com. And also be aware there's a small fee, of course. Lastly, I wanted to post the schedule of the merchant trainings for the year. Um, I believe that's majority of the time it's going to be the second Wednesday of each month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about it for that slide. And now the agenda. Um, and we're going to look into the system components, both the hardware side and also the software side. We'll look at, as I said, some of the initial configurations and then take a look at some of the functions. We'll look at how, um, how you can manage for your discounting and pricing. Um, Something that not everybody might be utilizing is the customer's function, but I think it's important that if you're not utilizing it, you kind of know how it works because something in the future can be applicable and advantageous to your business. We'll look at, of course, some of the reporting as well as both. It's going to be on the POS and then also the web portal, and then finally the sales menu. Um, On to the next slide here. And then, so I want to start with the software side just to help get you a general overview. And what is a better way to do so than introduce a new feature that I believe some of you may like? So recently we started offering support for the major delivery services such as DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. So what this does is that it allows you to kind of combine your reporting, inventory management, and organization of Sound POS with your delivery service provider. This is mostly targeted towards those who already use one of these delivery services, as Sound POS is going to receive the order from the provider and then have all the information relayed on your POS. Currently, some of you may know, you kind of have to use a tablet or another device, and you can't have it all in one place. If that's something that may interest you, feel free to reach out to Caesar, and he can assist you in getting that set up. Of course, just want to note that this is an additional service and is offered with a small fee. Next, this is also kind of another general overview of the entire software, of the entire POS. Just something to get you thinking. So we have inventory management, which allows you to create all kinds of products with custom SKUs, categories, taxes, age restrictions, modifiers and attributes, sell by weight item distinctions, price levels for customers, and so on. Next, you also have highly customizable employees and pause users. So the main thing for them is that you get to manage what permissions they have and what they have access to in the pause. So for example, you have one employee that's, I don't know, 16 and can't sell alcohol or cigarettes, or another employee that can't have access to special pricing discounts or sales that you offer. Another thing is the employee time card where you can uh, keep track of the hours they're working, and it's all done through when they're logged into the POS. Similar to that, you have access to customizable customer uh, profiles, so you can do things like store their phone number and emails and other information. And then you can also offer them special discounts, maybe something like all those who sign up to be part of your loyalty program get 5% off each purchase, or maybe can do something like 10% off to military or police or nurses or something like that. Additionally, there's also kind of like what I said, the loyalty program where customers they can earn points and redeem them for store credit. Next is something related to the customers, which is our gift cards. Um, you can create your own gift card specific to your store. These gift cards can be used for any amount, and you can create as many as you like. Of course, these will be digital, and you would most likely give them out via email, or, I mean, I guess you can use phone number. It's like a PDF version and everything like that. So it's just a barcode that you scan. But if you do want a physical one with your own design and just to make it a little bit more professional, then you can contact Caesar and they can help you get a bunch of them printed out in advance, like 1,000 at a time or something like that, and you can just activate the individual barcodes as you go, uh, and gift cards as you go as you sell them to the customers. Another thing that is good to know is our cloud. So we like to say that we are cloud supported, but not cloud based, as everything that you do on the POS is uploaded to the cloud, but you do not have to be connected to Wi-Fi or something like that to use the POS. Say if you're up in the mountains or somewhere you don't have internet access, you can run transactions offline and then have them uploaded to the cloud once you're back online. Next is the web portal. I won't speak too much about it right now, as it's just a browser that gives you access to everything on Sound POS. So all the features and everything are very similar. However, I think you'll be using the web portal the most for its configuration and reports. So on the web portal, I believe it's the easiest way to add new products or do some other kind of configuration, as you can use Excel documents to upload products in bulk and make things much easier. Similar to that, the reports can also be exported as a PDF or Excel document, which of course allows you to do all sorts of things if you're well versed in Excel. Lastly is the POS add-ons. We already learned about one of them, which is the delivery service support, but there's other ones like integrated scales, ID scanners that check customers' date of birth. You also have kitchen display screens, which can present incoming orders through those delivery services or send new transactions to the kitchen. Um, there's also other stuff like printers. For example, you can get a label printer that is integrated with SoundPOS and it allows you to print your um, custom labels and price tags with a really ease of use. We're also coming out with a new update for SoundPOS that will make label printing even more customizable. That update is going to come out around at the end of this month here. I think that's about it for this slide. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. All right, so these are our hardware options. We got quite a bit, but they can be broken down into three main categories. So we have the countertop devices, the handhelds, and the crossovers. The countertops are our biggest solutions, and they are going to be devices like the PAX E800 and the Terminology C3. These devices have both a cashier and customer-facing screen, as well as a built-in printer and card reader. Another popular device is the PAX E700, which is a little bit smaller and compact and gets rid of the customer-facing screen and replaces it with just a sole card reader. Next are the handhelds. These are kind of an all-in-one device. They have the screen, the tap-to-pay card reader, the chip reader, and they also have the swipe. A lot of them have a built-in printer as well as a built-in scanner. Some of the popular ones are going to be the PAX A920 Pro, the Nexco N96, and the Deja Vu R12. Lastly, we have the crossover. These devices are just in between a handheld and countertop. I think the best use case for these devices would be for someone that is looking for a larger screen and slightly better battery life in most cases. Okay, that is just about it for the introduction. Bet y'all are ready to dive into the actual training. So in this training, I'll be sharing my screen. You'll be able to see two different main screens, one being of Seamless Commerce and then one of SoundPause. I might get logged out of either just for security purposes, but they'll only take me a second to log back in. And to mention for logging into Seamless Commerce, if you're quite new and just getting set up, then you'll just go to the link and your email address is most likely going to be your username, and you would just type that in and then hit a forgot password, and you can kind of create your account from there and get yourself logged in. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing for just a second and pull up my web browser. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so here's your the merchant portal for seamless commerce. Um, there's just the landing page, and then on the left-hand side here, you have all your um, different places you can go. Just click on them to kind of open up the more options and everything like that. So to start, we're going to go over taxes first. So you would just go to configuration, select tax, and you're going to have tax categories and tax rates. I think it'll be easier if I show you. So your tax rates, they're going to be things like your local tax and then your state tax. And then for your tax categories, you can kind of group the two together. So if we look at our standard tax here, you can see that we have our local tax and then the state tax combined to create the standard tax of 6.25%. Uh, for the taxes, you can have them a tax on a previous amount. You can include other taxes such as tobacco tax, um, and you can make that have different orders, the way that they're ordered, or you can make the tax a default for whenever you're setting up new products. An important thing to note is to be mindful of your local laws and kind of compliance for how to set up your tax rates and everything like that. But using the our POS and seamless commerce here should be pretty easy. You just kind of have to know what rates you're trying to do, and you can uh, get that all situated. The next thing is going to be um, showing you guys how it looks on the POS software itself. So right now I have Sound POS loaded on one of my terminals, and I'm going to use AirViewer to show you remotely what I see on my screen. So I'm going to log in here and I'll pull it up for you. Everything that you see on Seamless Commerce, you'll also be able to see it on the POS. It might look a little bit different because of, using a computer versus kind of like a tablet form factor, but it's all in there. So this is the login page for SoundPause. The default user ID is 0001. You would hit enter, and then the default password is 123456. Right there, and you hit enter again. Oh, sorry. I'm not using the default. Yeah, I made my password one. Sorry about that. Um, so now we're gonna go over the tax prices and oh, sorry, it's gonna be an inventory. The tax categories and taxes for SoundPause. So it's all the same here. These are my different taxes, my local tax and state tax, and you can customize and configure on SoundPause here. And then, of course, for the tax categories, you can group them all together. So this is another example for tobacco tax. So we have our state, local, and then also an additional tax rate for tobacco products, and you can apply this tax category to all your products that require it. Moving on, another thing that I wanted to go over is employees. We'll do this on Seamless Commerce first, and then we'll see on how it looks on SoundPause again. So you'll go to pause and then employee maintenance, and then again you have two options: pause users and pause user roles. We'll take a look at the roles first, and these will allow you to restrict uh, what your pause users have access to. So, for example, an administrator, we can view this role here, and since it's an admin, they're going to have access to all the different features and functions of the POS. But for example, let's say simple sales role, they might have limited access to things like transaction details, certain reports, and like creating new customers and things like that. Um, if you wanted to create a new role, you would go to here, add new, and you can create a new name for it, expand all the different options and everything that this new role would have access to. On the right hand side here, these authorities are kind of specific to the um, sales screen. So kind of like selling age restricted products and returning items and open the cash drawer. Right here is kind of back end administrative functions. So it's going to be like accessing reports, creating new products, creating new users, um, other things like managing the time card and different configuration options. So that's it for the user roles. But to actually create the pause user, you can go to here and here's all the different the users that we have. So let's take, for example, our simple user. You can view his user, and you can see all his information here. You can have a birthday. You can require this employee to clock in before logging onto the device. You can put in other things like a picture for security purposes, and then you also get a barcode for the employee. And what it allows you to do, if you have a scanner, you can actually just scan this barcode and the employees automatically logged in. Um, then also, if I was editing this employee, then I could change what roles he has. So I could make him, say he becomes a cashier, then he can be promoted to more more authority. Um, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're adding a new customer. So you'll create a username, which is going to be what they're called, and then a password for their account when you're first logging in, if you remember. Their roles here, they're automatically assigned a user ID. The user ID is what they use to log in. So if you remember, I used 0001 originally, and that's going to be the default admin user ID. You can have a birthday for them, which is nice because, say, um, if this employee is like younger, like if they're 16 and they're working as a cashier, then they'll be restricted from selling age restricted items, uh, maybe like alcohol or things like that. And of course, you also have the time card details where you can view their clock ins and clocks out. Let's see if there's an employee here that we use the time card for. So right now I'm just searching the clock in times. So here you can see it was clocked out. Um, they're currently clocked out, and they clocked in at 11:50, and they clocked out a couple seconds later. Um, that's about it for the pause users and pause user roles on Seamless Commerce. But now we can go ahead and go back to Sound Pause and see what it looks like on there. It just takes a second every time to connect AirViewer again, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's see here. Um, the pause users, they're going to be under maintenance. We can take a look at the roles first. I kind of like the design of the roles on here too. Like I said, the basic is going to be more so of the sales menu, and the authority is going to be the back end administrative stuff. Um, all the same different kind of customizations that you can do on here. You can give them all as much or as little authority as you'd like. And of course, you can add another one, add a new role, and configure it as well. And then for the users, pretty similar. Um, this guy, you can see his date of birth. You can add a description. You can add an image. You could require them to clock in. before signing on to the POS, or you could also print uh, their login scan code directly from the POS. And of course, if you have a built-in printer, it just prints right off automatically. And every time they want to log in, they can scan their barcode and make it easier for themselves. Um, One more thing that I wanted to mention on seamless commerce is actually being able to export information and everything like that. So you can export time card details, and this goes into Excel, and it makes it a little bit easier to manage and kind of look at things from a holistic view because you have access to all your employees and you can compare and contrast and everything like that. Um, let's see. Okay, that's it for employees so far. Um, the next thing we're gonna do is look at our receipts. Another function you can search for different things in the search bar here. So the receipts, they're pretty customizable. I'll hit edit here. On the right hand side, this is kind of a preview of what the receipt's gonna look like. And then on the left hand side, it's all the things that you can configure. We'll start from the top and work our way down. You can configure it to have your own custom logo. You can turn it on and off and upload it here. Just to keep in mind, the um, the built-in printers of what you're mostly going to use to be printing is a thermal printer, so it can't print in color. So if you are including your logo on your receipt, it's best to keep it in black and white. The next thing is the headers. Um, right here you can see that says here to serve you, a special sale. You can put your address or any kind of other customization. It'll show up right above kind of your general information and right below your logo. The other thing is your footer, similar to the header, and it can kind of be like a thank you message or anything that you want to include on the bottom of the receipt, maybe a refund policy or things like that. The next thing is the barcode. You can have the barcode turn on or off. When the barcode is off, it's not going to print on there, but the nice thing about the barcode is you can easily scan it. Say if the customer wants to return an item or something like that, you can scan the barcode and it pulls up the transaction and you can easily go ahead from there. Uh, the next thing is the tip option. You can either choose, I'll show you the preview. You can either choose to have the tip option selected or not selected. Uh, the important detail here is that you can choose how you want to accept tips. So you can do tips uh, through like the card reader, the payment terminal, where it will prompt the customer to say, do you want to tip 10, 15, or 20%? Or you can have it choose you can choose to do it on the receipt here, where the customer manually enters a tip and you enter all the tips in at the end of the day. I want to show you not to get too sidetracked, but I want to show you how configuring that looks like on the POS. So you would go to settings, then configuration, and you would scroll down here to use customer display. I'll show you first how to do it if you want to use like the built-in payment app and the card reader to do your tips, where you prompt the customer to like to select a pre-chosen option. So you would enable use customer display and then also show tip option on customer display. And then if you wanted to use the tips on receipts, I apologize that the quality has dropped. Um, all right, so like I was saying, if you want it to be prompted on the payment app, you'll say use customer display and then show tip options on customer display. And then if you wanted to do receipts only, you would deselect show tip options on customer display, and you would have where is it here? Add tips at end of day selected so that you can uh, add the tips manually. All right, and okay. Going back to the receipt though, you can also choose to send receipts via email. And then also you can choose to count modifiers, kind of like treating them as products themselves. Picture format print, it can sometimes help with the quality of your logo. And then lastly, you can configure it to be saying, I want 2 copies for every receipt, and then I want 2 copies for every refund uh, receipt that I print off. And then you can also change the font size. So maybe you like a larger font, you can make it larger, or if you want a smaller font, you can make it smaller. Um, and that's about it for the receipt here on Seamless. And then of course, we can also take a look at how it's done uh, on Sound POS too. So you would go to receipt setup and pretty much the same kind of options here. You have the preview again, you have the configurable options, and then you have the headers and the footers. Um, One thing to note is that if you do want to have your own custom logo, it's best to do it on Seamless Commerce because it's quite difficult to get your get your image onto the POS, and then it's just much easier to do it on a computer. But of course, if you want to change anything else about your receipt, then it can be all done on the POS. Um, let's see if I mentioned everything I wanted to. Yep, I think that's about it for receipt. Next thing is the catalog, your inventory, your products, everything like that. So, um, we'll first go to products here. It'll show you a list of all the products that you have in your store. Um, I believe mostly everyone should have their products already imported, but if not, if you already have a template or want to do them in bulk, you can go here to the import button, and then you can download a simple template or a complex template, and then you can also choose to have it with data, showing you kind of like an example product that's already in there with all the values filled out, so you can see what you need to fill out or what you don't have to fill out. And then you could just go back here and select browse. You would drop the file in, and then you would import it, and then all your products would show up on here. You can also export your products. You can export other things like inventory reports to show if you're low on inventory or something specific like that. You can also convert it to PDF, just have a view of all your products in a PDF form. And then most importantly, how to actually kind of like add products manually. You just select the add new product button, and you have a bunch of information here that you can fill out and make your products as customizable as you would like. So we'll just start from the top down and go through that way. Of course, you'll have a name. You can, let's see. We'll just you can have any name. We'll go into an example product that I already have filled out just to see everything already set up. You can have a short name, assign it to a specific category. For example, this is best used for the sales menu, just kind of have organization, and then also other reports like category reports. So say if this was a Coca-Cola drink that I was adding, you could add it to the beverages category. The next thing is the display order, kind of like if you want this product to show up first, then you would put 1, the SKU, and then GTIN. Usually if the product already has a barcode, you can input your own barcode, but if you want to have your custom SKU, you can go ahead and custom SKU and barcodes as well. You can go and type in whatever numbers you want or whatever you want to do to create your own SKU, and then it's actually built in. You can use a label printer to print off your price tags and things like that. Product vendor, it's not really being used too much right now, but in the future it will. You can also make the product a sell by weight item. So for example, if you're selling, let's see, like maybe if you're a Froyo froyo shop, and you're selling your the cups by how much they weigh, you can create the product based off of that, and say like the yogurt's going to be $1.99 per ounce, or however much you want to do. And the units here, you can have your own custom units, but if you do choose to get one of our POS add-ons, the integrated scale, you can choose one of the kind of like automatic units here, and it kind of works well for your inventory and everything like that too. You can choose to have the product enabled on your POS. So say if it's only a seasonal item, like you sell Christmas decorations as well, or something kind of Christmas themed, but it's only during a certain season, you can choose to have it turned on and off throughout the year. You can also choose to have it appear in your menu. So maybe if it's something that isn't really purchased too often, but you want to um, maybe ring it up through a barcode and you don't want it to be showing in your sales menu, you can choose to deselect this and do it that way. Also, for EBT, if you're selling any items that are uh, EBT eligible, it's important to, of course, check which items are and which items are not. And then on the per product scale, you'll have to enable if it's EBT or not. Next is the price. You can choose to have the price normally like this. And you can also add tax categories. We can add my tax standard category, which automatically does all the calculations for you and figures out how much your tax is going to be. Um, But something to note, if you want your price with tax to be exactly $10 and you don't want to be giving out any change, it can also automatically calculate like the base standard price for the product. So we can go ahead and type $10 even there, and it calculates saying, okay, you need to charge $9.41 for this product. If you're using tax and everything else like that, and that base price plus the tax amount will create a total price of $10. That's something neat. And then another thing, you can make it discount or upcharge exempt. So if you have cash discount or do a surcharge for credit cards, you can exempt that extra cost for certain products. And you can also make this um, product tax exempt. You can also put in your average cost of the product. So say um, you're selling water bottles or something like that. You buy the bottles for 50 cents each, but you sell them for $1. It'll calculate your profit here. And I'll get rid of the tax just so you can see. So your gross margin, 50%. Um, You can also choose different ways to track your inventory. You can choose not to track it at all, or you can track it by the product. You can have a stock quantity here. So you say, I have 100 cans of Coke, and once I get down to 20 cans, I need to reorder again. It'll notify you in the POS and then also on different reports saying that you need to reorder. It's below the low inventory quantity. You can also do track inventory by product attributes. This will be done on the attribute level. I don't want to get too much into it right now, but we will later. But product attributes will most likely be things like if you have a t-shirt, the size or the color of the t-shirt, and then the other thing that we have are modifiers. Modifiers, they're going to be more so like add-ons. So I like to think about it like say you're sell hot dogs. Um, the modifier is going to be kind of what condiments you put on. So the ketchup, the mustard, the whatever, anything else, the sauerkraut or whatever you want to put on there. You can also uh, make products modifiers. This is how it would be done. So you create the product and then you would make it a modifier. Something that's pretty cool is if you live in a state that requires bottle deposits. on say the aluminum cans or something like that, you can make a modifier for a bottle deposit to automatically collect 5 cents per each can or anything like that. And you don't have to like select anything. It just automatically puts it on the product whenever you add it to your cart. However, if you want to add modifiers to a product, you can select which modifiers to add. Say these are a couple ones for like a burger, so you want to add tomato or onions. You can kind of like customize the burger like that. Um, and you can also have different modifier groups. So this is kind of grouping all your modifiers together to say like if you sold multiple different burgers, but they all use the same toppings, this is kind of what you would be using it for. Um, or like sundae toppings, you have different ice cream flavors, but all the toppings are the same. Then you can use it like that. Lastly is kind of this mappings category. Um, Kind of like I said previously, most of the devices are going to have a built-in printer, but if you are doing kind of like a food service or anything like that, it could be beneficial to have a kitchen printer where it prints into the back and um, you can kind of tell your cooks to start preparing the food. So here we have like a Bluetooth printer, kitchen printer, the label printer, and the KDS, which is the kitchen display screen, which is just kind of like a way to save paper and have it all organized for your order tickets and things like that. You can also make the product age restricted. You can choose to be 21 plus, 18 plus, non-restricted, and another age, however you would like to customize it. And you can also do it by the customer, but also by the employee. So like I previously said, if you want the employee to be over 18 to sell alcohol, then you can make it customized like that. And then of course you can do it for the customer. The customer needs to be 21 to purchase alcohol. Um, that's about it for now for the just kind of like adding the new product. But like I said, I want to go and look at a product individually that's already been set up so you can have a better view and get some ideas looking at it that way. Another thing, if you want to search through your products here, you can see this different filter list. You can search by your category or if it's a modifier or not, the name or the SKU. I'm going to search by the name and we're going to look up the vape pen with, let me double check, with no flavor here. Um, so this one's already a product that's already been set up. It has its own category. It's in cigarettes. It's SKU, which is like kind of configured to a barcode. Um, you'll notice that this is um, the price is $0. It's because the pricing and the inventory tracking is done through the product attributes here, and then also it's just configured to a kitchen printer, and it's also age restricted for both the customer and the employee. Um, so for the pricing and the attributes and everything like that, the pricing for attributes can be done um, through this attributes menu right here. So um, you can see the different attributes. So the different options for this vape pen. You could also be for t-shirts or anything like that. So the size, you have to select a size for the product and then also a flavor. Um, and if you scroll down here, you can see all the different configurations that have been set up. So the different sizes are like 2 ounces and then 4 ounces. And then the different flavors, you have grape, bubblegum, mint, and so on. And you can have different stock quantities. So you can say, okay, I have 18 2-ounce grape flavored vape pens, and these cost $10. And then I can say, but my 4-ounce bubble gums, I have 21 of those, and they cost $21.99. Um, and of course, you can also have like inventory customization where it notifies you if it goes below a certain amount. Um, that's about it for our catalog. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the POS. Again, very similar. You have all the same options. It's just a little bit harder to add the products in bulk because you can't utilize Excel. Um, but yeah, we'll pull it up and we'll go through the menu on there too. So it's under inventory. This is the main menu page here, and you'll click on inventory. And you have your products, your categories, your attributes, your modifier groups, and other things of that sort. So we can go ahead and click on products and click on add. And you can see you have all the same options here. So you can have your different names, categories, um, taxes, um, age restrictions, SKUs, modifiers, and everything like that. Um, what I wanted to do was kind of take a brief look into the sales menu to see um, how all those inventory configurations actually work. So we'll go into the sales menu here, and I have a scanner attached to it, so I can go ahead and scan the barcode of the products that I've added and set up. So I'm going to do it for the vape pen actually. Just going to get my barcode, and I can go ahead and scan it. And it actually pulls up this customer age verification. You can choose to do it via driver's license or passport just for like retaining the information, like how it's obtained. And then in here, you can type in the date of birth. But if you do have one of our skills that one of the scanners that we offer that can scan driver's licenses and you can kind of set that up this way. Um, so first, I'm going to scan a barcode, like an ID barcode of somebody that's under 21, and you can see how it looks on the POS here. It will, oh, okay, so here we go. So it says the customer is not old enough to purchase this item. It won't be added to the cart. You can choose to submit a different ID. This is one that's expired. Takes a second to read it, and then it says the ID is expired, and then you have to submit another ID. And then finally, this is the ID of somebody that's over 21. We can go ahead and scan it. It takes a second to load, and then it will confirm the date of birth. Let's see here. Oh, okay, here we go. So 01/01/2000, this person's of age, and they can purchase this vape pen. And then here's all the attributes that I was talking about earlier and how it looks like on the sales menu. So you can see how many you have, the price, and then of course here's the different uh, configurable items, the flavors, and then the sizes. So you can choose the bubblegum flavor and then the 4-ounce size, and it'll update the stock quantity and then how much it costs. You can hit submit, and of course it's added to your cart, and a note is made of um, what size and what flavor, and then how much it costs. And of course, it all calculates it for the grand total and everything like that. Um, the next thing, let me just see here. Um, we did the ID, and then we did the attribute combinations. The next thing is going to be breakdown and packaging. I'm going to go back to Seamless Commerce to show you. And for an example, we're going to use beer. We'll use this Budweiser beer here. This is another product that's already been added in advance. But you can go to here, breakdown and packaging. Sorry, maybe I should explain it a little bit better. So this is like a single beer, just like a single beer can. 275 is what you charge. But you can go to breakdown and packaging here and have your six pack and your case all in the same place. And they can have their custom prices and their stock quantities and reorder notifications. Um, and the main thing about this is if you want to break down your case, so you get an order and of a case, 24. You want to sell cases, but you also want to sell singles. You can break down one case into singles, and then it will update the inventory of the singles, and it'll also update the inventory of the case stock quantity. And right here, it kind of shows you an overview of how much of the singles you have. So you have 229 single cans, and then the total stock quantity that's including the six packs that you have, and then also the cases that you have. You have 343 total single cans of this Budweiser beer. Um, and then I'm also going to show you how it looks in the POS, of course. Very similar. And it's pretty easy to add it this way in the POS as well. All right, and let me just make it a little bit bigger for you. We're going to go to the inventory first and then products again. And on Sound POS, of course, you can also use the same filter options that you have on Seamless Commerce. So we'll do by the name, we'll type in beer, and we'll search. And again, you can find your product, this single can of Budweiser, you could say. And then you select breakdown and packaging, and you can see all the same things here. You can choose to break down one six pack into the singles. You can choose to do one six pack and proceed with converting one six pack into base unit. Yes, operation successful. The stock quantity of the six pack is updated, and the stock quantity of the single Budweiser has been increased. Um, so that's what it looks like when you're configuring it on the Sound Pause. Pretty easy, good way to break it down kind of quickly if you're restocking or doing things like that. But I'm going to show you kind of how the breakdown and packaging looks on the sales menu too. So you'll just find these right here are the different categories that you set up. But we'll go to the alcohol, and you can see here all our different products in this category. So the breakdown and packaging, it'll create additional products. So here's our single, the Budweiser beer. But we also have our Budweiser beer case, and we also have our Budweiser beer six pack. And they're all individual items that have their own inventory, their own prices, and everything like that. So if you wanted to, you could just normally add the six pack. Of course, you get prompted for your age verification, or you could add the single as well. I'm going to scan the barcode again because okay, so all these have the same SKU. How does it work that way when you're wanting to use a scanner? So I'll show you. Let me see if I have the barcode here. Okay. So you just go ahead and scan it, and now it prompts you to say which one do you want to add? Do you want to add the single? Do you want to add a six pack, or do you want to add a case? So that's kind of how it would work if you have breakdown and packaging, and it also has the same SKU since it's the same product. Um, Another thing that I wanted to go over that we kind of briefly mentioned was the bottle deposit or no prompt modifiers. Um, I mentioned previously about how it looks with bottle deposits, right? But it could also be useful in other ways. For example, Well, I'll show you what the bottle deposit looks like, just so you can get another idea. We'll go back to seamless commerce. We'll go to our inventory and we'll look at our beverages category. We'll search and we'll look at this Pepsi bottle here. And if we hit edit to view the product, we can see that it has a bottle deposit modifier on this product that's 5 cents, and it's automatically added to it. If we wanted to look at the modifier individually, we can just search for it. So bottle deposit, uh, 5 cents bottle deposit. We can go ahead and view it, and you'll see that it's a modifier enabled and do not prompt. So once you add it to your cart, it gets automatically added. We'll see what it looks like on here. So beverages, we're going to add the Pepsi bottle. And you can see here that the Pepsi gets added, and then additionally the bottle deposit gets added automatically. You don't have to select anything. What it would look like without the no prompt selection um, is kind of good in our served food category with the hot dog here. So it'll prompt you for which modifiers to add. If you want to track your inventory by your chili or mayo or anything like that. So we can go ahead and say we want a hot dog with mayo, relish, and ketchup. Um, oh, or we'll keep the ketchup on here. Um, and you can see it gets all added to cart. But there's also a bun and a sausage. These are also no prompt modifiers, but they're kind of done for a different purpose of keeping track of the inventory of the buns. So you can kind of put in all your bun inventory, and then every time you ring up a hot dog, it will deduct inventory of your buns, and you can see when you need to reorder, how many you're using, or things like that. But of course, you can see the regular modifiers here, the mayo and the relish. They can also be used for keeping track of inventory and kind of helping out with the order tickets, seeing what you need to put on the hot dog anyways. Um, we'll see what it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, we can take a look on what the hot dog looks like on seamless commerce too. So we can type in hot dog and view it. And then you can scroll down here to see that there's two modifiers and then modifier groups too. So hot dog sauces and then hot dog toppings. Just to reiterate, for example, if we sold a hot dog, we can say like with like German sausage and then Polish sausage or something like that, and you have two different hot dogs. Then you can create a modifier group so that you're using both products with the same sauces and same toppings and everything like that. Um, that's about it for the modifiers. Um, let's see here. The next thing that I wanted to go over was categories. Kind of the um, next kind of configurable place you'd want to go to after adding products. I know we kind of briefly mentioned, we went over them. It just helps to organize the sales menu. Um, Let me take a look at one of them here. It can be used for three different, or actually, let's add a new one here. Um, it can be used, it's helpful for organizing the sales menu, and it can be kind of configured pretty to a pretty specific level. So let's say example, we're adding a new category, um, books. So you can have it go to specific printers. You can also make it used for pay in and pay out. Pay and pay out would be best used for kind of like tips. Tips at the end of the day. You're taking tips out of the cash drawer, or if you're doing lottery. Um, and then also for category entry, um, if you're saying if you're selling things that you don't want to have individual products for, but you want to know how much of the category you're selling, like fountain drinks, things like that. You can use it for a category entry. And then you can also choose to show it in the pause menu. Again, it can be used for different reasons, saying like if it's a seasonal item or if you just want to use only the scanning the barcode of the product and things like that. Can add a picture, a description, and also make the entire category age restricted. It's helpful if you have if you're selling a large selection of alcohol, say you have um, a bunch of different spirits and beer and wine and everything like that. You can put it all into one category. And if you make the category age restricted, you don't have to do age restriction for each individual item. Um, let's see here. That's about it for categories. We'll take a look on Sound POS to see what it looks like. And again, it's all very similar. I'll go to beverages, the category. So you can see that this is a non-age restricted category because it's not needed. It doesn't have a printer configured because it's not a food item that has to go to a kitchen. It's not used for pay in, pay out, but it is used for category entry. And then you can also choose a display order to see where it shows up in your sales menu. Um, That's about it for the categories. And then going back to seamless commerce, we're going to take a look at the refund reasons um, categories. So you can, for kind of analytics and just having a better idea why items are getting returned, you can choose to have specific uh, reasons. So you can say it's because the customer disliked an item or if the item is broken, and you can choose to enable it or give it a more full description. This is where you would select add new to create a new one. And that's about it for the refund reasons. Next is the templates that I wanted to go over. I already talked to you about the um, different product templates, um, but there's templates for other things as well. So again, you just go to import and you can download these into Excel. But there's also templates for categories. If you have a bunch of categories that you want to import, you can do the same thing. You download them, enter all your information, and it will be uploaded to Seamless Commerce here. You can also do it for product attributes. The template or the template of data. But the order of importing all these things is important because you can't import products with a category if you haven't imported your categories yet. So the order that you would like to that you kind of have to do it in is you would have to do um, your categories first, and then your modifiers, then your modifier groups, and then your products. Um, of course, you could also do the attributes before the products too. Let's see. Uh, Another thing is the payment methods. We'll look at the payment methods on Seamless Commerce first, and then you can also see what it looks like on Sound POS. Before you actually do that, if it's your first time kind of setting up your store and you're doing checks, or if you're using EBT, then you kind of have to enable it. And you'll do that by going here to configuration, settings, store settings. You would select edit, and then you would enable both EBT and check if you want to use them. But going back to payment methods, uh, you can have a bunch of different payment methods. So you have credit, debit, check, gift card, the local gift card account, like for customers, customer loyalty, EBT, and then here has Venmo, Cash App, and then credit card temporary. These right here are custom ones. So if you want to still accept things like Venmo or Bitcoin or whatever you want to accept for payment, you can have a custom payment method here, and it keeps track of it and your transaction details and helps you kind of figure out where all the money is. You can take a look at saying, okay, here on the transaction totals, it says that for this payment method, the total should be $1,000. And then you can go to your Venmo account and see, okay, it says $1,000 there, all good. Um, and then kind of actually configuring everything. Once you first kind of log in, most of these are not going to be enabled. You would have to enable them yourself. So you would just go to edit and then make it active for credit and debit and whatever else that you want to accept. If you wanted to have your own custom payment method, you would just go to add new. You can type in whatever you want. Let's say Bitcoin, for example. You say active, and then you can add a picture too if you want to make it a little bit easier for the cashier. Um, That'll be all for the payment method on Seamless Commerce, but we can also go to Sound POS and we can look at the payment method on there too. Just gonna connect again. And I know I said that we are gonna take a break today, but I think I can kind of wrap it all up at least in a few moments, and then we can go over the questions and be on our way. Um, so, like I was saying, I was on um, the payment methods. So you would just go to your settings here on SoundPause, and then go to your payment method. Um, on SoundPause, you can see your cash discount. It's based on your processor. If you have um, a cash discount or uh, surcharges or upcharges for credit cards activated and things like that. But you can change it here. Um, You can make the cash discount greater or lower, or things like that. Um, and then also here you can see again all the different methods. These are the standard methods on the left-hand side. So the credit cards, the debit cards, the loyalty points for customers, EBT, and things like that. And then on the right-hand side, you can see our custom payment methods. So our Venmo, Cash App, and things like that too. Let's see here. I want to make sure that I went over everything I wanted to. So we activated checks. Um, we're able to uh, see where the payment method is. You have to edit and enable and activate the ones like check and EBT. Um, Unique payment methods and um, yeah, you can customize your cash discount or upcharge, enable it or turn it off on SoundPause here. Next is the loyalty points and customer store credit. Um, customers they can use store credit. I think it's good for things like returns. So if customers returning something and you don't want to give them cash for it, you can give them store credit. That way they can kind of do an exchange other than a full-on return. Um, Another thing is the loyalty points. It's kind of like reward system for customers that shop at your place quite often. They can build up loyalty points and they can exchange it for a discount on a purchase and things like that. We're going to take a look at those two features on Seamless Commerce first. So you can kind of manage it all through your customers. You can just go to pause customers here and you can take a look. We'll look at this customer that we have, testing guy. You can see that we have his email, his phone number, or not his phone number, but we have a phone number for somebody else. He has 69,000 loyalty points. It's under our store. And he also has an account with us. And let's see here. This is kind of showing all the different transactions that he's used for his customer account. the credit use and the credit before or after, things like that, the maximum credit, the balance that he has, and things like that. Um, and then also you can take a look at the loyalty. So you can see here where loyalty points are used, and then also where it's added through sales, and you can see the transaction. So you can look at an example transaction that we had here, and if we went to payment, you see that it was $25. $25 and okay, I see. So the total was 54.99. But if we go back um, for there, um, uh, yeah, pretty much added through the ratio of loyalty points uh, of uh, of the points there. Um, you can also, I'll show you how to configure kind of the settings on how you want the loyalty points to be redeemed and how much you get and everything like that. Um, again, just to note, you can have a um, you can also give customers birthdays and kind of keep track of that stuff too. So we have a birthday here, 01/01/91, and say on January 1st or whenever you want to, you can go through and take a look at the different birthdays they've stored, for example, for your customers. And then if they're enrolled in your loyalty points program, then you can say, I'll give you $100 or 100 100 loyalty points for your birthday and things like that. So that's another cool use that you can do. Um, that is about it that I wanted to cover for the customer portion and then the loyalty points. You'll actually go back to your store settings and you can configure it this way. So you can enable it if you want to use it. You can make it so that one loyalty point equals 1 cent. That way, 100 loyalty points equals $1. And points per purchase, you spend 10 cents, you get one loyalty point. And then you can also have a redemption limit, saying, um, I don't want customers redeeming their loyalty points until they can get like $10 or like spend 10,000 loyalty points or something like that. Just so that you can kind of manage it that way too. Um, let's see. That's about it for the loyalty points on Seamless Commerce. We'll go back to Sound POS here, and you can see all the same things. And we can take a look at the customers too. Okay. Um, we can go ahead and select customer here, customer again, and I think John Smith we also have used before. Yeah, so he has a couple loyalty points he was used in a transaction. Um, so here's kind of all your customer information that you can add. You can give them specific discounts and things like that. Um, And of course, their name, their first name, price levels. Mentioned it before. It's going to be things like a veteran's discount or military discount. You can add an image to the customer, birthday, um, their phone number, email. You can reach out to them, like export all their stuff to Excel and mass email your customers saying that you're running a promotion or something like that. Account. This is the account balance. He has no account balance currently, but he does have loyalty points. So you can click on the details and you can see where he gained loyalty points and where he used them. And then history hasn't been used in a transaction recently. We'll go back to the testing guy as he does have an account balance. And you can see here that the maximum credit again, $1,000. He has a balance of $699.02, and he has available balance of $300.94. 98 cents. You can click on details and you can see where he has used his account balance for transactions and everything like that. And then you can do apply payment whenever he wants to repay his balance. Um, you know what? Since it is running a little bit over 2 o'clock and we still have a little bit more to go, we can take the quick break just for a moment. We'll do a 5 minute break and then come back at 2:23, if that's okay with you guys. All right, so it's about just a minute to go. But I did want to acknowledge that thank you, Peggy, for um, putting some questions in the Q&A. I'll be able to answer most of those just a few more minutes until we go through the rest. And I'll make a I'll kind of show you a little bit more about the receipts and everything like that. Um, but yeah, um, let's see here. I'll just get everything pulled up and get everything ready. Share my screen again. Okay. Um, so we are uh, back to, okay, we're on seamless commerce here. Um, we just went over the loyalty points and everything like that. Something similar is going to be your gift cards. So you can kind of create your own custom gift cards. They're going to be virtual, sent via email. Um, and you can kind of get like let me pull it up so I can kind of show you a little bit better. We'll go to one that's currently in use. We'll view this gift card here. So it's all your custom gift cards. You can use it to give it to customers and they can pay for whatever they might need. And we'll give you a card bin and you can make it a note if it's a physical or a virtual gift card. And then you can have your own custom gift card codes too. And these barcodes are what you would be scanning or entering into Sound POS to kind of add the gift card to the order. So, um, as I mentioned, these are mostly going to be virtual, but if you do want physical gift cards, we can actually print out a bunch in bulk for you. All you would have to do is contact Caesar, and the only cost is just the cost of the printing. So, um, and then if you do want to use the virtual gift cards, they're already included in the software, which is pretty nice if it's something you were thinking about and now you can finally do. Um, Next thing is oh well yeah, I'll show you on SoundPause. You can reload the gift cards and everything like that on SoundPause too. Um, and I think they're a great feature. Let's see. Just take a second to pull it back up again. Um, all right. And for the gift cards, you would just go to customer and then local gift card. And then, oops, sorry. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. You can enter in the gift card code. You can add more values and things like that. That's about it for the gift card. Um, the next thing is the cloud. Kind of going over the cloud and what synchronization means and everything like that. So, your transactions, all the important information is going to be synced automatically, like pretty much instantly. So if you run a transaction on, well, I'll show you an example. So, um, if you go to sales here and you do a transaction, uh, we'll do cash. And as soon as it goes through, once you go back to seamless commerce, it kind of corresponds with the cloud. And you go to, sorry, uh, your transaction reports. You can see the transaction that I just did. It syncs automatically, and you can check out the receipt online too. I'll go ahead and print it. And yep, so you can see here, it prints, you can pull up the receipt. You don't have to wait for it to sync or anything like that. However, other functions, most notably, like if you're adding a bunch of products on SoundPause and you want to make sure that it's uploaded to the cloud, functions like these are gonna take about 5 minutes to upload. But if you want to upload them immediately, like if you're going to turn off the device after adding a bunch of new products or doing things like that, then you just go to, sorry, settings and then cloud, and then you can sync. And you can also set different synchronization intervals. Right now it's at 15 minutes, but you can also have it to 5 or 30, or if you don't want it to sync at all, you can choose it not to sync. Another good thing about here is that it can warn you. Sound pause will warn you if the terminal hasn't synced to the cloud in a certain amount of time. So currently it's set to 24 hours, but you can say if the terminal hasn't synced in 1 hour, then it should alert me, and that'll show up right here where the last sync time is. It shows you the date and then the time, of course. And then another thing that'll make it quite noticeable is you'll have another kind of red rectangle on the bottom there saying that you're offline, and this cloud and the blue cloud in the top right will have an X, and the cloud will be red as well, trying to make it noticeable that you're offline and what you're doing is not going to be synced to the cloud. But of course, you can still choose to use Sound Pause offline. Like I said, if you're in a place that gets bad reception, or if you're in a kind of like a remote place, and that's kind of what you're doing. So, and then once you get back online, everything syncs, all the changes that you made on the terminal. Um, that's about it for the cloud. Most of your important things are going to sync automatically, like your transactions and payments and things like that. But if you're making lots of changes, or if you're doing things like adding inventory, then try to make an effort to sync. Although there shouldn't be any issues, but just in case. Um, the next thing that I wanted to go over is global price change. This is actually one feature that's only on SoundPause currently, um, and not available on Seamless Commerce. Global price change allows you to kind of make changes to the prices of your items in bulk all at once. It kind of makes it a lot easier to do it that way. Um, if you wanted to do it on Seamless Commerce, then you could also, of course, export your products to Excel and change and make modifications there and then import back. Kind of a similar other solution if you wanted to, but we'll see how it works on SoundPause. So here's global price change. It's under the maintenance option, and you can choose kind of if you want to do it to all of your items or items in a specific category, or select items. We'll show you all items. Of course, you don't really have too much configuration there, but items in a category, you're going to go ahead and pick what category you want to change. And then items, you would go by the specific item here by searching. Kind of an example use case for this is, say, maybe you are selling fireworks. You want to maybe increase your prices by 10% closer to the holidays, like 4th of July or New Year's and things like that. And then, of course, you can round it back down and do other things as well. Um, sorry, one moment. So, okay. Sorry. So for example, we can go to all items. We want to adjust the price. We want to increase by a percentage, and then you can choose the percentage amount, 10%, like I said, and you can submit, and it would change the price of all your products. So it's a great way to do all that stuff in bulk. Another thing is special pricing, kind of like your sales, your discounts, things like that, promotions that you're going to be running. Um, I'm going to show you how to do it in Seamless Commerce first, but of course, you can also do it in SoundPause. So we can go to the special pricing here, and you can see that we already have a few of the sales set up, but we can go ahead and add a new one, and you can choose which products to add right here, and you can add many at one time. If you're doing it in SoundPause, it's only one at a time, so it's probably a little bit easier to use Seamless for this application. But for example, we'll do milk product or milk. Um, and there's different sales that you can do. So just the normal sale, you can do a bulk pricing sale and then a time-based sale. This is just the standard one. You can choose a start time and an end time. Uh, the method, like the discount rate, You can choose a new price for the item, or you can choose a percentage off. So for example, the milk, I think it was like $3.50 we said. So you can choose a new price. You can say $2.50, or you can say percentage off. You can say 25% off, just for a normal sale. The other thing is bulk pricing. This is kind of like buy one, get one. If you buy, or yeah, buy one, get one. If you buy one milk, you can get another one for free. Or you can set up like buy two, get one. Buy two milk and you can get another one free. Things like that. That would be through the reset exceeded threshold. And you can do things like buy two, not less than two. And you can get a percentage off, which would be 50 percent there. That's the bulk pricing sales. And then we also have the time-based sales. A good example for this one is for the milk. Say the delivery is on every Friday, but on Thursdays you want to get rid of your old inventory. You can choose to say, okay, every Thursday from opening hours to closing hours, the new price of the milk is going to be $1 off, to help get rid of inventory that way and make it pretty beneficial to use. Um, Also, important to note, currently for things like buy one, get one, there is no mix and match for this. So for example, if you had chips and you also had salsa, and you wanted to do buy one bag of chips, you get the free salsa, that's not currently offered. It may be in the future, but it'd be more further out in the future if it is offered. Um, that's just something that I wanted to note, but you can go back to Sound POS and see how it looks on here. It's also under maintenance, special pricing. You can go ahead and select it and you can see all of your different sales. It's going to take a second to load and you can see about the inventory and about the item itself, and then you can add more customizations. We'll go back to the milk just because it's easier to see. Um, and you can choose, this one already has bulk pricing, so not less than two resets, 50% off. Buy two, get one, which would it be trying to translate it to? And we also have on Thursday, you get a discounted price for the milk because we want to sell more and get rid of inventory that way. That's about it for seamless. I mean, for SoundPause, I mean, it's all the same functions, the features, and everything else like that that you can do on the seamless commerce. Oops. Um, Price levels is another thing to mention. I know we are kind of already went over it when we were looking at customers, but kind of to make them and everything like that, you just go to Seamless Commerce and the price level menu. And right now we have veterans. It's a 10% off discount, but we can add a new one. We'll make the level name nurse, and then we can give nurses 10% off. You can save and close, and it'll be updated here. And price levels, they're applied to customers. So you would have to apply this price level to all the customers that are veterans or things like that. You can also set up a kind of a basic customer that is just named a veteran or something like that if you don't want to have to make all your customers create a customer profile. Or medical staff and things like that. That's what we have there. Now we're going to look at how it looks like on SoundPause. Just go to customer. We'll make Terry have a new price level. Oh, sorry. It's a little bit different here we go, price level. And then veterans. And then if you see, it doesn't have the nurse on there yet because we haven't synced. But just kind of to give you an idea how it looks like, you would go to settings, cloud, sync, and then kind of stuff like that will require you to sync. So that's a good example there. So we can go back and then we can go to customer, customer again. We'll go to Terry. And now once we select price level, we can say that there's a nurse price level, and that discount can be applied to this customer. Um, Next thing is cash discount versus upcharge. Like I said, it depends on your processor, but it can be a good way to pass your kind of processing fees onto the customer or kind of give them discounts for choosing to use cash um, instead of credit cards. So um, we can take a look at the the payment methods again, just to have a image in mind. So this is the store is currently enabled for cash discount. You can enable it or disable it. You can choose the discounted rate for using cash. You can choose if it's like the cash price is the default price or if the credit card price is the default price. If you choose to use upcharge or surcharge for credit cards, please note that it's a maximum of 3% for just kind of compliance and everything like that, and you're not able to make changes to it. That's about it for surcharge, and then yeah, I kind of prefer cash discount because it allows you to give the customer a discount because they choose to pay cash, whether other than kind of penalizing them for using a credit card. Um, That's a note. That's just about it for the cash discount and upcharge. Next is we already went over customers, but I forgot to mention that you can also choose to export this customer data. You can export their account transactions and look at them through that way and see different analytics and then the balances that they have. And then you can also export all of them as a whole. You can also import customers if you already have some of them. Um, Next thing, reports. There's quite a lot of reports. We can look at the ones on Seamless Commerce first. So if you go to transactions here, you can see that this is the transaction that I just did recently. But you can filter by a lot of different things. We can filter by your date, the category. Uh, you have to choose a store first, and then you can choose the category, payment method, transaction numbers, what products are included. And it gives you some totals here, subtotal, tax, surcharge, so on. We can search by a later date just to have more information in here. Please note that you can only search by 3 months at a time, uh, but the data is stored indefinitely. So, for example, we can search all the way back to 3 months ago. Um, but if you want to search even further back for more time, you would just do in 3 month intervals. So that way, you can kind of do it by quarter, and then kind of export all the things at once, and you can and look at the reports that way. But yeah, you can go as far back as you want to, but just the time intervals they have to be limited to 3 months. It just requires too much kind of processing power to be able to do all the way back more than that. But yeah, we'll search a couple months back and then you can see some example transactions here. Um, you can just click view and it'll have more transaction details. You can print the receipt again. You can send the receipt to different places. You can look at what products were included in the sale and then the payment information. We can look at different payment methods. So for example, if we want to look at local gift cards transactions, then oh, I'm gonna have to go back a little bit further. Um, okay. All right. Well, we don't have any of them in there just now, but we can do one momentarily. Um, we'll get rid of that. And yeah, it gives you your subtotals, your total tax, surcharges and tips and things like that here. This is kind of just like the main transaction landing page where you can kind of see your transactions coming in. If you wanted more detailed reports, you have transaction details, totals reports, payment details. They go pretty well in depth. Where you can customize by saying, I want to see all my cash transactions. I want to see all my transactions for a specific category, for a specific employee. You can see your tax totals, how much you're getting for tips. You can see different refund reasons and kind of like the popularity of saying popular refund reason is because the item broke or the customer had dissatisfaction or something like that. So um, you can export to Excel, but you can also convert it to PDF and look at it that way too. Um, let's see here. Another thing on Seamless Commerce is your kind of bestsellers list. Another type of report, and you can see the bestsellers for currently it's just for the day, but we can go back further and see the bestsellers for 1 month, for example. So for the month of July, we can go ahead and search. You can search by the total quantity sold or the kind of the price, the total price they sold at. You can go ahead and do the products there and say maybe it'll be good to increase the price or whatever you want to do. Another thing is the low stock report, kind of feeding back into the inventory management and the customization for that. Um, these are all the products here that are below the specific stock quantity that we previously configured. So this sausage has a stock quantity of 5, so it just kind of tells you, okay, I need to get more of these, or I need to get more beer. It's at a low stock quantity. Another report is the products never purchased. I think it can be quite beneficial to see. So we can go back to the month of July and see which products were never purchased for then that time frame. So you can see that this veggie plate and meat plate and these cheeseburgers aren't doing really doing too well for this store, and maybe you can say, okay, maybe I can get rid of these items since no one's buying them, or maybe I can run a sale to increase increase those sales of the items. Emailed reports, it just kind of gives you a list of all the reports they sent out via email. Um, Product vendor transactions, not really important right now, and then voided reports. So it kind of gives you a report of all the things that were voided. Some of these are all from today, where I voided my shopping cart just to get out of there. So if that's something that's important to you too, you can keep an eye on this and pay attention. That's about it for the reports on Seamless Commerce. We'll look back at the reports on Sound POS now. Again, pretty much all the same things, pretty easy to see, and you can email them to yourself if you want to on the Sound Pause. And yeah, let's make it bigger. And now you can click on reports and you can go to any of these reports here. So for example, transaction details. This is the transaction that I just completed, but you can of course use the filters here on the left-hand side to configure it and filter it down to where you're trying to find. So you can go ahead and click on it and it gives you the items that were in this transaction, transaction date, and other important details that you might need to know. And then also here, it makes it easy to reprint receipts. You can press the reprint button, and it prints automatically to the built-in printer of the device. You can also void the transaction or perform a refund. Um, or we can actually show the refund reasons here. So you can refund all, and then you can choose to restore inventory or not. And then also you can choose to label a reason for the refund here. Let's see. Um, okay, that's about it that I wanted to go over for the reports. And now we can kind of go to the, of course, sorry, I just wanted to make a note more like other reports, like the category report shows the categories and things like that. It gets pretty detailed, so it's quite nice if you want to keep a check, an eye on everything. But like I was saying, we can go ahead and kind of go to the sales menu, which is going to be what's going to be used the most likely. So we already kind of were in it before. You can see your different categories right here, kind of in the middle of the screen. And then on the right-hand side are the products in those categories that you have selected. So the tires or candy category, it updates whenever you select them. You can have product images to make it easier to find them. And we already went over scanning barcodes to add products to the cart. Things like that are offered. Let's see. I think that's about it for looking at the categories. We went over the different modifiers and attributes they can add to products. And yeah, so now we can look at another way to kind of add products by using the search. You can configure it by the SKU, the category, the name. So if we wanted to find the hot dog, we can type in hot dog and it will pull up our hot dog product here. You can choose it and of course it prompts you for everything. Um, that's one way to search by inventory again. You can have all these things here, but if you want to add a new product quickly, you can also choose to select add product quickly, and you can go ahead and add a product right there on the sales menu. The next thing is the customer button up here in the top left. If you want to add a customer to the order, again, you have these filters to search them. Uh, we can also use the price level, which might make it easier. So like the one that we haven't, I never saved it previously, but we can do one for veterans and we can search all the customers that we had signified as a veteran and you can add them that way. Or of course you can search by their name, phone number, things like that. Or if it's a new customer and they want to become part of the loyalty program or be added to your system, then you can select add customer quickly and add them right here on the sales menu, just like the products. Next is add order. This feature right here will add a simple item to the cart. And then you select add order and you can choose to have kind of your own pickup, delivery, takeout, dine-in, add order and not complete the transactions right away. And then search back and then complete the order later. For example, dine in and then you can save and then it'll print a receipt for you and you can ring it back up later. Um, Another thing is clearing. This clear button kind of in the middle now. It will clear the shopping cart for you. And then next, search orders. I believe I mentioned previously, transactions done on one terminal. If you have multiple terminals in your store, the transactions are not going to be synced across the different terminals for the reporting. However, if you want to complete one transaction on, say, if you have a handheld device and then like you ring them up on the handheld and then you complete it at the counter with your desktop or countertop device, then you can do that by searching orders here and you'll see all the orders. You can see that one's still pending, the dine-in that we just did, and you can go ahead and ring everything back up and then pay. Clear the cart. Um, that search orders, held orders is similar. It's just the orders that we held. Say somebody forgot their wallet, they need to go out and grab it. You can select, you kind of are ring them up. You can hit the back button and you can choose to hold the order. You can also use it by a customer. You can have like a default customer for held orders, but let's say Bob Smith, you wanted to hold the order for him. We can do that and then go back into the sales menu, go to held orders and then Bob Smith, bring him back up. Next thing is discounts. This discount button right here on the right hand side. That's going to be applying a whole discount to the cart. So right here we have an item in the cart. We can do a discount, percentage discount, and do 50% off, and it'll take 50% off, and you can see it on the bottom left hand side here. The savings and the discount. Another way to do discounts is by the line item. You can choose to well, one, kind of modify the item. So you can change the item name, the quantity, and the price here. And then you can also give a percentage discount to items individually. And then this will look like this. So we can do 50% off. Say this milk had a big dent in it or something like that, and you wanted to give the customer some percentage off. But they have another milk carton and there's nothing wrong with it. So you just add it to the cart normally and then they pay the normal price for the milk there. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the cart. And the next thing is category entry. Briefly mentioned this before too. So add you can have category specific to manual entry, like a beverage for fountain drinks and stuff like that. You can just charge them 99 cents and you say, okay, so for this category, 90 cent, 99, 199 is added to it for sales. You can also have specific taxes and item names and notes and everything like that. When you select add product, it gets added to the cart. The next thing is printing. You can go ahead and print transactions from the sales menu. So let me make it, okay. You can print like the last transaction, or you can print a specific transaction number here, or the current order. You can also perform refunds in the sales menu too. It'll prompt you to put in the transaction number. You can open the cash drawer in the sales menu too by selecting the cash drawer button. And then you can also make the entire order tax exempt, or you can go ahead and lock the screen there. All right, so let me double check if I went over everything, and then we'll get to the questions momentarily. Oh, yes, sorry. Let me go over what the actual sales looks like. I apologize for not getting to it earlier. I'm gonna clear everything and kind of start from scratch here. Okay. Um, we'll add a couple of candy bars to the cart here, and then we'll add a customer. We can search, pull up all the customers. We'll use our testing guy. Add him to the cart, and you can see that his price level is added and his discount is also made a note of. And here, once we do all of that and we're ready to go, you would select the pay button. And here's all the different payment options that are coming up. Of course, if it's EBT, you have to enable it for EBT, otherwise it would be available for you there. Then you also have the credit card, debit card, account, loyalty balances, the custom payment methods that you have in here, the gift cards, and so on. So it also have as many payment methods as you would like for transactions. Say you want to do $1 or $5 in cash, and then the $1.21 for the rest on a credit card, then you can do that. Or you can do other split payments and everything like that too. So just as an example, uh, we'll do $1 in cash. You can select pay. And then once we go to kind of the split void here, you can see that $1 in cash has been paid. And then the updated balance goes down to 521. And then we can go and here to, we'll do Cash App. And we can say they paid us $5 in Cash App. Select pay again, and then go to split void. You can see that's updated there too. And then finally, we'll do the local gift card. So you can either scan with the built-in scanner of the device, or if you have an external scanner, you can use it as well. And you just scan the barcode of the gift card that you created. It gets entered into there, and then you can hit the search button. Oh, I headed to the wrong store. I apologize. Let me pull up a gift card code that I can add, that I can use that's on the proper store. So we'll just go here. I have to log back in. I apologize. It'll just be a moment. We'll log back into the store here. Go to gift cards, and we'll um, use the gift card code of the store here. We'll have to find one that's okay. We can go ahead and just scan it, and it gets added. Um, okay. Sorry, I meant to be showing the screen too. Um, so we scan the barcode of the gift card, and it shows the current balance, and I can select pay to pay the rest of the balance here. And you can choose your different printing settings. You can print to the default printer, which is usually the built-in printer. You can email the receipt. You can do advanced printing too, where you can select multiple printers and print to certain ones too. And that's about it for there. And then just to show what that looks like again on Seamless Commerce, we'll go to our transactions menu. This is the transaction that we just did, and then the multiple payment methods, they all show up here. Payment method 1, 2, and 3. Um, okay. I think that was about it that I wanted to do on the sales menu. So I'm gonna start answering your questions. So I appreciate your patience. Sorry that it kind of was running a long time. So it looks like Peggy. I'll start from the bottom and work my way up with the questions that you have here. So the first one, check is started on term 1 and picked up on term 2. Um, Let me see. Could you possibly maybe restate the question that you had about saying if a check is started on term 1 and picked up on term 2, they're not already synced. For any transactions, it automatically syncs. But maybe I'm not quite understanding. Oh, sorry. Can the buttons, colors, fonts be changed is the next one. Yeah, they can. Mostly just the colors, but you do have some personalization of the POS. I think it might get a rework sometime soon, the UI, but for now I'll show you what kind of options you have there. So you would just go back to the main menu here, and then you go to profile, and you can choose different languages too. If you happen to have a Spanish speaker or a Chinese speaker or Portuguese, you can choose to have a different language option. Let's see if it gets a little bit better. And then you can also reset your password here. And these are the different colors they can choose: green, pink, orange, blue, light blue, and then you can also reset back to default. Um, so you can change the colors of the buttons, but the fonts they're currently just the way that they are. Loyalty points. Can you have categories that do not qualify to add or apply loyalty points? Not currently, unfortunately. If we go to categories here, you can edit. Unfortunately, there's no option to restrict access to the loyalty points feature. Um, let's see for the next one. Modifiers, um, auto add, do they show up on the receipt? And then do optional modifiers show up on the receipt too? Yeah, all the modifiers are going to show up on the receipt. What I can do is actually do the example that I had with the hot dog, and I'll pull up the receipt for you so you can see it that way. Served food, and then the hot dog. Um, we'll just add we'll add mayo as our manual one that we added, and of course the bun and the sausage are going to be the the automatic ones, we can go ahead and pay. We'll do a cash transaction. And yeah, now we can go to seamless commerce and I'll show you um, the receipt there. Uh, this is what the receipt looks like when it gets printed out. So right here you have your item. It also shows a discount for whatever you have. And then here are the modifiers. Like I said, the add mayo was the manual one, and then the sausage and the bun were the automatic ones that were not prompted. Um, Optional. Okay, I think that's it for that one. The ID scanner, does it grab the customer name, ID in addition? Uh, all it does is the embedded data inside the barcode of the customer ID. Um, it grabs the date of birth in there and doesn't store any information just for compliance's sake and things like that. Um, can the receipt be sent to the customer phone instead of uh, not in a uh, easy way. No, currently it's only offered to be sent via email. But of course, if you want to send manually to your phone, you can download the receipt and send it to them if that's something to be willing to do. Unfortunately, we just don't have the phone receipts right now. Can the system create QR codes in place of barcodes? Um, Currently, it's only offered as barcodes, but in a future update, um, we may be we're kind of remodeling the support of the label printing and things like that. Uh, but and QR codes may be used for like price tags and things like that. But not currently, no. You'll find out if it does. I wouldn't be expecting it super soon, but it might come out in the future for QR codes. And then can employee ID numbers be assigned manually? If they're changing system, everyone already knows their number. Unfortunately, employee ID numbers they can't be assigned manually. Um, it's just a part of the way that it's set up. Yeah, it won't be possible to do that here if we go to pause users. Like when you're adding a new one, it automatically generates it, and then if you did want to edit one, it does not allow you to edit it, unfortunately. Um, so let's see here. Okay. Um, oh, sorry. Sorry for the confusions on that part. Uh, I'll pull it up and explain it a little bit better. I apologize for that. Um, for the transaction details and everything like that. Um, the reports for the transactions that are completed on one terminal are only for that terminal, and the reports for another terminal and transaction details, they're only for the separate terminal. So what that means is right here in reports and the transaction details here, the transactions that you see are transactions that are only completed on this terminal. Whereas if you go to Seamless Commerce, then you check out the reports and transactions. This shows the transactions for all the terminals. So here, uh, this device that I'm currently on is a E800, like the countertop device. And then if I had a handheld as well, and I completed transactions on the handheld, uh, the two transactions on the countertop and the handheld are not going to interfere with each other, so they're separate. However, if you do want to ring up a customer on a handheld, like you put in their, you ring up their items, so they want a candy bar, and then you You can add it to an order, hold the order, or whatever like that. You can go to search orders again on the countertop, and then you can search the orders on here. It's just the reports that are separated, but the transactions themselves or the check, it's all in one. That way you can use a handheld, like if you are a food service or a restaurant or somewhere like that, you can use a handheld when you're taking the customer's order, and then when the customer does pay, if you want them to go to like a checkout or uh, like a to see like a person, they can go to the countertop and they can pay on there. They can pull the order from the handheld onto the countertop. Um, Let me double check that I got everything else. I apologize that they're not all in order. Let's see here. Employee ID, the QR codes, um, phone number, ID scanner, modifiers, loyalty points, uh, buttons, colors, term one. Okay, I think that is just about it. If I missed any of your questions, feel free to add them in the chat. Okay. Um, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment. And let's see here. Um, okay, I think that was all the questions that you had, Peggy. But if you would like, if you have any more, feel free to continue typing. I'll wait about 5 more minutes until uh, we'll do 3:15 if there's any more questions. And anybody else, if you do have questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A section. Uh, and I'll just have myself muted for a moment. Okay. 310 here. If a server is using a combination, oh, sorry. Okay, I am unmuted. If a server is using a combination of handheld and terminal for checks, how do you run their checkout? How about tip declaration for cash sales? Okay, we can go around through here. I'll change my screen sharing and let me pull up the view again. So let me see if I can, uh, okay. I'll do an example for you just right now. So if a server is using a combination of handheld and terminal for checks, how do you run their checkout? Um, I'll show you right here. Unfortunately, I don't have a handheld right now with me at the moment. Let me see if I can. Sorry about that. Let me see. We'll do this. We can say we can pretend that we're doing the first part on a handheld, and then we'll do the second part as if we were doing it on the desktop. So I guess you can imagine that we're using like a handheld device right now. And let's say we'll do a serve food to make it a little bit more realistic. We'll say the customer ordered a hot dog. They wanted mayo. We'll add it to the cart. And this is all being done in the handheld, right? So to put into the kitchen, so the kitchen knows to start making the hot dog, get it ready, and everything like that. You can just do add order, and you can do it for dine-in, and then save. And this doesn't complete the sale, and it does prompt you to do printing. So you can say print to the receipt to the kitchen printer, and then the cooks in the back, they can start preparing the hot dog. We can go ahead and do that. And now we can kind of restart, say, okay, now the serve. Oh, thank you for saying that. Sorry about that. I meant to double check. Let me restart from the beginning. I apologize. Um, okay, I am sharing my screen now. Okay, I see. Um, so yeah, like I was saying, the server is currently using a handheld. Uh, they go to the table. The customer, they want to order a hot dog. You can select serve food. Then you can select the hot dog here, and you can add all the configurations that you would like. And now for it to go to finish this and send it to the kitchen, you would just select the add order button and you can choose dine in and then you can hit save. And now it will give you the option to print a receipt. And we'll do advanced printing and we'll say we want to go to the kitchen printer and then we'll hit print. Um, So now what has happened, the check has not been paid right now. The order ticket has been sent to the kitchen, so the kitchen knows to start preparing the food. And once they do that, the waiter, they can bring the hot dog back to the customer. The customer can eat, and then now we can say they are ready to pay. And you can say that was all done on the handheld device. And now we're the customer's at the checkout and they're ready to pay for their check. What you would do is select search orders and then you would find their order. The dine-in order right here is still pending. You just go to select that and it brings everything up on the countertop device and it's all saved from what was previously done on the handheld and you can go ahead and pay and it's all you have all the options here and go through with that and then have the check paid. I think that should be the answer to that first part of the question. And then how is a tip declared for cash sales? For declaring a tip for cash sales, you can select here apply tip and you can choose the tip amount. Um, it does not allow you to do more than the amount offered. So you can't do a like a $50 tip on a $2 receipt, but we can do like $1 here and then hit pay and then um, oops, sorry about that. Sorry, these options right here are the tender type. I apologize. Um, we'll get rid of this and we'll keep it at 233. Sorry, I was getting confused there. But here's the tips and everything like that. So like the 5%, 15, 20, and so on. Um, oops. We'll say like a 20% tip, you hit submit, and then it was selected, it was paid in cash, and then there's a remaining tip, and then you would pay it again. Uh, sorry. And then see, so currently the total was 233. We already paid that in cash, and then now the rest of the tip, 44 cents. Yeah, you can pay it, and then it will go through. Sorry about that. I could have gone to the tip menu first. Got a little confused there. But I think that should be good for the tip declaration for the cash sales. And then of course, just I don't think I covered it yet, but for the end of day for bashing and credit card settlements, um, you can go to there. Sorry, I have to enable it again if you remember from previously. Let's see here. add tips at end of day, and then you would want to deselect add the tips through the customer screen. So then when we go to end of day, now we have the option to add tips. You can look up a transaction. I'll look up one of my previous ones. Oh, well, because I didn't have it configured in the first place, then I can't do that. Oh, it's also because I paid cash. But yeah, you can add tips through there. You can choose the amount to declare in cash for adding it after the end of day. And then of course you can do your credit card settlements and then the batching uh, and the rest. And then also get a tip report. Um, let's see. I'll wait a couple more minutes. I mean, if you do have a question, you can just kind of, and you're still typing it, then I'll wait a few more minutes. But yeah, we can, we'll see until, we'll do 3:20 if that's okay with you. Question, okay, of course. And then yeah, if you had anything else, just to say, I'll put Caesar's email in the chat if you had any questions about pricing or anything like that. Caesar.r@soundpayments.com to everyone. Yeah, feel free to reach out to him and he'll be happy to help you figure out whatever you need help for those payments. But that's just about it for today's session. If anybody else has questions, we'll wait about another minute. Let's see. We'll wait until 3:20. But other than that, yeah, this is going to be posted to the YouTube channel, Sound Payments. All you have to do is search it on YouTube and it'll come up there for you. They have videos like this one, like long-term, like kind of customer uh, merchant training videos, but they also have kind of shorter videos talking about maybe like some of our new features that we have, like the Uber Eats and DoorDash support. Um, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good resource to check out. And then of course the user guides, they'll be included on Sound POS currently. I'll show you where you can find that in settings here and about. And the help doc, it's a little bit difficult to navigate since it's just you're kind of like on a tablet or on a phone, you know, it's hard to navigate large documents. But you can scroll through and find the table of contents and then search to which page you want to go to. But in a update that's coming soon, you'll be able to do all this on Seamless Commerce. So it's a little bit easier since you're on a desktop computer. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Thank you for joining. I appreciate having you and have a great rest of your day. That'll be all for today's workshop. So. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.